This is what Wondershare Filmora looks like when you first open it up. We're going to start a new project. So we clicked on that. We're going to drag our videos over. What we're going to do, we have a video. This is a 40-minute flight that we took. This is straight out of the GoPro camera. I'm going to take these two particular videos, clips if you will, because that's my takeoff and landing, and my goal here is showing a takeoff and a landing. So I don't need this one here is flying, this one's taxiing after I've landed. So I'm going to take these two. I hit control, I selected them, I hit open, and we've got those up here. Now what I'm going to do, we have media is highlighted. I'm going to click on this. We're going to keep our project settings. What you do is you set your project settings before you ever get started, and I keep mine the same. I very seldom ever move them. Now what we have here, the goal is we want a video that'll show us taking off and landing. So we're going to come back and move this back over here to a point where we are just getting ready to take off, and what we're doing is we're up to the threshold here, getting ready to take off. So we're going to cut this. We cut, and this part of it is no longer needed, so we're going to hit delete. Now what happens is sometimes it takes a while because we're dealing with some pretty good size files. Now we're going to skip through here and find, okay, we're definitely in the air along about in here, so we're going to cut it again. Now you can click on this and cut it, which seems to be the best way to go. We don't need that, so we can delete it. Now over here, this next video, we're flying along, and towards the end of the video, somewhere here, we should get to the point where we're getting ready to land. And so here we are down on final. Aha, there's without question we're on final. I'm going to click on this. We're going to clip it. And it moved. And the reason it moved is because I moved my cursor as I clicked it. So I'm going to be real careful. Click it. Get rid of this. And so what we've effectively done now is reduce the length of our video. This is the length of it. This is in minutes. We originally started out with all three of those clips together would be about 40 minutes. We're dealing right now with a video that's about 2.5, well, about 2 3/4 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to come down here to where we are definitely landed, and somewhere in here just before I turn my head there, we are definitely landed. So I'm going to click here, I'm going to trim, get rid of this part. Now if you do something and you're just like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, up here under edit is undo, and you got to go up and pick it each time, but it'll undo all the way back. Now what we have is a short little video. Whoops, we haven't taken off yet. So what we're going to do, right here we've started moving. So we're going to click here, we're going to click here, we're going to get rid of that first section, and now we're going to start moving here. Whoops. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge this. And up here in the timeline and over here in the timeline, see, we're 5 seconds in and nothing's happened. Now we're about 8 seconds before anything starts happening. So what we can do is come down here and back it up to about, oh, let's go to 7 seconds. Let's go about right there. Now we've shortened our video another 7 seconds. So now what happens is we start moving. Okay. Now we can continue to watch the video, or we can move this ahead and then start watching it again. It's like, okay, is this, okay, that's all I need to, well, that was enough. What I can do is come over here, and it's like, okay, that's good. Now we're on landing. And on landing, we're good to go. That gives a person, yep, we're definitely on final there. We're coming in, we're going to go in and land. Now, because I'm not dealing with a large video at this point in time, or even the remnants of a large video, it moves pretty fast and pretty accurate. Now, here we are to the end. So what we can do, okay, we hit it pretty nice the first time. Now, we want to add a transition. So we bring this down here between the two. We come up here, click on transition. I like to use the basic ones. There are a bunch of them. I like to do things like, try this one right here. Now, when I clicked on that, you notice it gives me a preview. So right there is what it's going to look like. So what I'm going to do now is come up here and hit click. And you didn't see anything happen. So the question is, why didn't anything happen? Let's go up here and click. Now, did you see that that right there is a transition. And if we come back here and we run it through from one to the other, it's like, I didn't see anything. Well, the reason you didn't see anything, you got to right click on it, duration, 2 100ths or 2 very short period of time. So we're going to change that to 2 seconds. Okay, so now we back up here, we're watching the takeoff, and it transitions over to the landing. Okay, no problem. Now we're going to back up here. We're going to again zoom in. We're going to come over here and we're going to add a title. Now, you can, lots of titles, all kinds of, this program, you could do so much. I use a very small part of it, and I try to set it up in most cases so that it makes it very quick to process my videos. I'd rather be flying than processing videos. Now I'm going to click on this, a plus, just like we brought the videos in. And you notice it come in up here. The reason it come in up here is because it's a text. And if I bring it in down here, what'll happen is when we get to the end of the video, we'll be running along here, and what'll happen, the video goes away and all you see is the text. If you want to see the text and the video, you need to have it up here. Now, again, you right click and it'll give you the duration. And I hit the wrong thing. Cancel. I hit, because when you right click, advance edit, I can do the same thing by coming over here. Or duration, that's what I'm interested in. It's set at 8 seconds. We're going to leave it at 8 seconds, okay? So now what happens is, if I double click on this, it comes up here and it gives me my wording, basics of using Wondershare Filmora. I can change the type of font I'm using. I can change the size of it, whether it's bold, how it's centered, text spacing. What you can do is just unbelievable. You can move it around in where you're at here, and I'm going to try moving it down here, and I hit OK. Now we're going to start playing this video again. Oops, I can click on this right here and move it. If I want to put it over there, now I can move it. Now I can come back here, and what we're doing is we're showing what this video is going to look like. And we'll go up through the transition and then we'll stop. Now, one of the things you'll notice when I hover above, it says pause. If I hover above that, it says forward right, forward left, stop. There's our transition. Render preview, add marker, record a voiceover, audio mixer. I mean, transitions. There's just a tremendous amount of stuff that this program will do. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to stop this. We're going to say, hey, that's the video we want. We've got a shown taken off and landing. We have a transition. We have a title. We're going to export it. And this is using Filmora, the basic. Okay, I'm going to leave everything. I've already set this prior to getting started. Here's the MP4, no auto highlight, and I'm going to export. And so what happens is we're in the process of exporting this video. And we've identified where we want it exported to. Now, some things to be aware of up here under File. We can't do anything right now while it's exporting, but you can go in and set your preferences for your project before you ever get started. And this is a very short video, so it's processing quite rapidly. When you shoot a video and you process it, it's a half hour, 45 minutes long. You can see it can take quite some time. I use SSD hard drives, solid state hard drives that move data back and forth between the computer and between the programs quite rapidly. You don't need to do that, but it can take more time. And we will have a video here shortly. We're up to 88%, 91%. And I've got it set so when it's done, it'll sound a reminder. And there it is, converted successfully, close. We're going to minimize the program. Don't forget to save. We're then going to go over here and this right here, program right here, that little video right there, that's what we just made. And this is just the basics of how to use this program, how I use it. Sometimes I'll do other things. As you can tell, if you've got somebody that's really into using the video program, what you can do with it is unlimited. And I just like to share my love of flying, and so my basic use of it pretty much takes care of what I need. So that's kind of where we're at. And we have a intent right now to show us landing. This is the piney woods of East Texas, and this is Legal XL ORV for off-road vehicle.